Well, hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Formula 1 24 career mode, and today we're heading over to the Japanese Open where we obviously need to redeem ourselves because of what happened at the explosive Australian Open, which is something I'm not going to speak about, but of course, you can go back and check it out if you'd like to, but we had an issue with our 14 system, which is unfortunate, and we got two updates that about the coming out for Chapley and McLaren. It now got the balancing out of the field, which means it's looked out of the order. Alright, Mercedes is now back on top, and it's supposed to rain this Sunday at Longpin. That means the setup that I'm going into the Japanese quarterfinal, it pretty much changes from what I'm supposed to run on if it was a live long plan. So I've changed it into my setup, and the bottom five is Baxi, Independent, Joe, Snow, and Kevin Matlison are out in 2-1. We now begin our 2-2. So of course we are running on a medium tyre because I'm trying to figure out, can I even make a different improvement to cleaning? I was a little bit struggling on that soft tire, which was not good. To top the line, I started up the P8, which dropped out the basically the tube me down to P14, and I was not really confident on that medium tire. As you can see, the time delta time is shuffling up and down. A lot of things I'm rapidly losing time, so I decided to back out from a run to put a soft tire on and to get out and see what I can do on that soft tire. But what also contributed to that is the setup. That is one of the issues that I'll have to try and figure out how to live with that issue and to get those to Tuesday, which is something I'm trying to make sure it happens as we talked a lot. I start Peter, we are safe with Matt, Holtenbar, Behrman, Arnbach, and Newton Canona are the bottom five that is out in 2-2. Now we're in 2 again. This setup is not contributing enough, so I'm going to expect myself to be down the order, but I can still do okay because the setup is designed for the instrument to mud. Set up to hopefully survive, but we are unfortunately P9 with George Russell on pole with Piat starting getting third. Let's see what the Japanese Rampant got to offer.
Welcome along to the legendary Suzuka. This classic racetrack boasts a long history dating right back to 1962 when it was first opened. Will more history be written here today at the Japanese Grand Prix? A lap of this historic racetrack covers 3.6 miles. It's the only time during the season that we race on a figure-of-8 circuit. And the drivers can expect some intense G-forces through the 18 corners on offer here as they experience some of the highest average apex speeds on the Formula One calendar. Keep an eye out for overtakes into the final chicane. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Leclerc, Norris, Hamilton, Ocon, Sainz, Daniel, Perez, Sonoda, Iwasa, Behrman, Hulkenberg, Verstappen, Magnussen, Stroll, Joe, Fittipaldi, and Frederick Vesti. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
It's the important one, isn't it, Crofty? You've done it once, can you do it again? But, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
The Japanese Rampant is now getting ready to go underway. As I, of course, shutting through the strategy, but it's supposed to rain, but we started on a medium to hard Are we even get any chance of winning? The other thing that changes is the strategy, the setup is not even matched for weather. So I'm running on what you can probably think it could be the worst setup to run on because it lacks basically top speed as I need it for the straight line. So I'm going to schedule a lot on the straight line. Taller, I might just do fine, but the straight line is the bit satisfied. So unfortunately, I've been running on basically the worst setup you can possibly have for this weekend. I was hoping for the rain. It looks like it might not even come, and probably not until the end. So that's unfortunate. So I'm running on a line tyre, and until then, we're gonna wait for this section to change to that as we all lined up to the way, waiting for 5 red light to get ready to go underway for this Champions long plane, with Jordan also had the fantastic start, beaten out the Piastri to as he pulled over to the front and he's taken the lead with no problem whatsoever. Some debris flying up in the turn 1, the action time as you can see in the bottom corner from Piastri and George Russell. That shows how fast George Russell was. Lando Norris has covered off Lewis Hamilton. Carlos has got me a powering through on the inside and I've overtaken Carlos and I believe he got the damage. I don't know, we have to find out. Armbuster has gone through up the P9 with me up the P8. Fantastic star to the Champions long front lap 1. We've got more fun to join in the back of the order with Don't Wonder and Vinter Pandy, who's on the inside line and trying to try the defensive play against Joe Bassi, who has been a slow side this season, and I don't know how he survived in that Red Bull. Matt Verstappen, his teammate up in P15, is obviously struggling, but he's trying his harder. George Russell is still in the lead for the Champions long plan. Can he hold on to it and make another victory as he had it last season? Taking the Peter, we're going to find out. We still got a long way to go with Piastri in the second place as I gone through on the inside, dive bombing, overtaking at the ban old time. I saw the opportunity and I've taken it and I moved up to P7, overtaken Alton, and I was very, very happy. My confidence has boosted up, and I'm thinking I definitely got what it takes, despite this startup that did not match anything I'm got right now. And we are listening to replay of what happened in turn 1. Looks like in Western Williams that made the contact with Carlos side, but that Williams went off too far of the track in turn 1 as we also got another replay with me dive bombing. I brake so late and I managed to pull off what I think could be the best overtake of the season. You can let me know in the comment which overtake's been the best one, but let's turn back to our attention to the leader who began at the lap 4, still leading, still doing well, but of course he got pressure from the Piastri. And we also got the fight our hand against Esteban Ocon, who's of course trying to get the overtake done and get back up. Who's of course Armstrong one who beat him into it. He wouldn't like to try to take it back. But of course my car is a lot more superior than the Williams. As you can see, George Russell is obviously the evidence of it. I not so twice because I've not had to do 20. But my issue with it is the car setup with not done that. But we turn our attention to Carlos side in lap 5, who clearly are struggling. You can see that front wing damage with a very major thing for Carlos side. So he's still a struggle all race long until he comes in and put a different tyre on and put a new front wing and try his best and recover. He had to do qualifying, but unfortunately it's not going his way at all. But we jump over the lap 6 on the pit lane slow with me are chasing down Lewis Hamilton, tried to fire the gap, tried to make like adjustment as I gone side by side of Lewis Hamilton, and I've overtaken Hamilton. Now I'm up to P6, 3 to chase down Lando Norris, who's unfortunately quite far away from us, and I had a little just mishap with the call on the apex, which was not good. But we're looking back in a replay just before of one of the Audi, who is Sergio Perez, had overtaken Carlos Sainz on the inside. You can see things are not working out for Carlos Sainz right now. He's still not coming at all as we are jumping into lap 9. Carlos Sainz in the P11 is starting losing time for sure. Both Ferrari are battling with each other. Charles Leclerc had overtaken Pierre Gasly, getting himself on the podium. The fight is nearly on for third place with Leclerc, Gasly and Lando Norris, who, as you can see, has pulled 5 seconds away from me. And I had myself in a bit of a situation because I was fighting with Hamilton pretty much for the top one lap, with of course start. But again, I don't have the suitable straight line speed for this track because the setup was not correctly fixed for this weekend. But I'm to forget about it, I'm to try and shorten point and recover what happened in Australian long point. I'm to try and recover from that one. I'm to do my best to try to get myself to stay in point and to make the right decision with everything I'm doing. At the Piat, as you can see, it's definitely putting a pressure on George Russell. I'm expecting a bit then from Otto Piastri, but he's been a driver who has struggled sometimes, and he's of course wanting to try to prove himself that he is better than Lando Norris. Right now, he is definitely better than Lando, who is down in 5th place. He is struggling to go up against the both Ferrari. So there could be an issue at McLaren in terms of their performance is hard. Don't forget they dropped out the order, but Piastri is driving really nicely with basically what you can say is the first best car, with Mercedes being the first one at the market, the second best car, and we got Hamilton literally right behind me. I'm doing everything in my power, basically try to settle for that P6 and hold Hamilton up as much as I can. Because obviously in my head, I'm thinking about the rush strategy and everything. Hamilton locked up. Lewis Hamilton had locked up. He locked 2 places at both Williams had overtaken Hamilton. The pressure has got too much for Hamilton and it's been a locked up and allowed Ocon and Armbach to get low and overtaken Lewis Hamilton. That is unfortunate. That is really unfortunate mistake from Lewis Hamilton. Ocon is of course happy about that. He just tried to chase down to me, so I'm expecting him to catch up fairly easily because he's clearly quicker than me right now in terms of the setup, which of course is something I'm going to keep repeating because I don't want to lose my pieces. But if I have to try and make sure I stay alive and stay in point play, I'm going to have to make some sacrifice. I don't know, but right now I'm going to defend the hell of it to try to stay for that P6 and see with the strategy that I'm about to make with going on early for hard tire or hold on for the lane, because I've been told by my engineer the lane should be coming approximately 10 minutes, but they state 5 minutes and they state 15 minutes. I don't know where they're coming in, but all I know is shit coming as Ocon has overtaken me unfortunately before turn 1. I'm staying behind him, but as you can see I've got a lot better exit than Esteban Ocon as I don't leave the trawler, so I know the trawler lead speed I've got a much more better advantage. But you can look on the replay, Armbruster has locked up at the same place as Hamilton locked up previously in lap 11. So Armbruster got a lot of pressure from Hamilton, but don't forget, this is debut season, Armbruster, rookie season, and it's not doing too bad. It's in point, which is obviously very impressive considering how everything went last season for the Williams. It's pretty impressive, and I had made a mistake with my braking. You shouldn't say a little locked up, and I've of course lost a bit of a time, but I still went ahead because Ocon had came in, Hamilton had came in, Leclerc had gone out, Lando Norris gone out. The both of them has been in the pit to put a different tyre on at everyone. So I was coming in a little bit more, putting a hard tyre on. Ocon has stayed out ahead of Lewis Hamilton. So Hamilton had not unfortunately made a jump on Esteban Ocon. I'm in 4th place. I'm actually planning to go long on the medium tyre. It's a bit risk, but I think I'm capable of making that work out because the rain is supposed to come in approximately lap 18 to lap 20. So I'm thinking, oh, I can do it. I'm going to try my best to go on and get that intimate tyre on and take the bit advantage of it. I got George Russell, the leader, came in to put a hard tyre on. Piastri had also came in to put a hard tyre on. Pierre Gasly came in. Oh no! An issue in the pit stop with the front right tyre as they slotted into taking out. That it's so unfortunate for Pierre Gasly. He's going to lose a little bit of time as I now starting basically my lead in the Champions League long plan, but it probably won't last long. George Russell is 7.3 seconds behind. There ain't no doubt that George could catch up to me. I'm expecting that as we jump forward to lap 18, just 3 laps. George Russell has been the fastest man right now, and it caught up to me. That is impressive live from George Russell. It took him 3 laps, as you can see my MFD just for a drained. But overheating tyre, overheating, it cleaning, or not doing well. But what making me surviving is the setup. I can say the setup it working out a little bit, but allowing me not to have too much snapping all over the place. I'm happy about that. And we got Fassi, it now made its way on Master. I don't do the move on the inside, moved up to P11. Master, of course, and a hard tyre on. I think it might be a little bit too cold on the tyre, which is why Fassi had managed to make the easy work of it. Carlos side. Still not changed the front wheel, had he? No, he had not. He still got the damage on the front wheel. As you can see, he's holding up too many tires behind. He's holding too many tires behind that he's going to ruin everyone trying to behind, try to catch up and complete for the point. As you can see, I allowed George Russell by. I knew I had no capability of holding him behind. So I'm thinking, let's play on landing to allow George Russell to go. And I'll stay behind him with his DR and his slipstream, and he will help me, pull away from the Piastri, who is now gaining a lot of the time against me, which is not good. So I'm trying to think along them, trying to think the best strategy, but unfortunately I've got a little bit of issue with my tyre as it opposed to puncture area. As you can see, rain is coming, it came in on lap 18, so I'm thinking, yes, the strategy worked a little bit, so I'm going to try to do something. Leclerc had to defend against another a massive lot top. That was the big lot top from Charles Leclerc. He absolutely diminished that tyre as he made the contact to the wall. I don't see any severe damage. I think it might just be fine. We're going to check the replay out. This is the moment of Charles Leclerc's mistake. We're going to watch it back again. Slowly, he absolutely diminished that tyre. He tried to turn it. He was braking way too much. He clearly damaged it way too much for sure. That is unfortunate for Charles Leclerc. I, of course, came into the pit, gone out to put into an tyre on. But did I do it at the right time? We're about to find out. Hopefully, with the lap 8 laps remaining, the instrument tyre will do just fine. Because it is not exactly the instrument tyre timing, but it is the other is not disabled. So theoretically, we don't need to put an instrument tyre on just yet, but I'm taking the gamble, hoping it pays off. But in lap 23, we've got my teammate George Russell Taming is going to put the instrument tyre on, along with Piastri Taming loud another is now out and leading the Champions long plan, but he will have to come in, or otherwise he's going to struggle so much. And we're looking on to Ferrari, who is doing double stack. Ferrari are doing double stack. Leclerc, the first one in, first one out. Gasly now in to put into an tyre on. That is probably the worst strategy they could do, because Charles Leclerc been making a mistake. We're not doing anyone favour on that one. So I don't know if they should have done something differently. I don't know. But that was the brave strategy from the Ferrari doing the double stack. But for me, I've now got the Piastri will catch it up to me, and I'm actually sludging it a little bit right now on that instrument tyre. I think I came in just a little bit too early. I don't know. And we got Matt Verstappen is now coming out with a teammate Vasty, who he's been watching on for a little bit. Vasty's in P7. He's going to have to come in anyway. So it's not his position to finish with anyway. We've got Honor Bearman, who's in P10, still hasn't taken. So some car has still not done anything. Hamilton, Oton are fighting with Vasty. And I know they are, slashing out so much. Vasty is affecting their racing. If he slowed them up way too much, there's no chance for Hamilton to try and tap them to both and wide. You made it 3 wide, they didn't. No, it's not. Hamilton don't do. Oton is to do now the outside, get the overtake done on Vasty. They now can start chasing down on Pierre Gasly. They might not catch up, but you never know. Just Ferrari are not exactly the best performance car. At the market, a lot better than them. So we can wait and see how Hamilton's going to cope in this condition and see if he can make a really good, catching up to Ferrari. But you're back on board with me, who's now beginning the lap 24 at the Piastri, making it easy more. And of course, Piastri's teammate Lando has finally taken it, and I made a big mistake and unfortunately taken 3-second penalty because of my mistake in turn 1. That's when I knew the instrument tyre, it was the wrong timing. It was too worn out for me to put in, because when you have it on at the wrong time last day, when it's not exactly wet on the track, as I make a mistake, Piastri took the advantage, he gone through, Piastri took the advantage, and he gone through to P2I, and now just settled down for P3 unfortunately, but yeah, or I should have taken it maybe in lap 21, lap 22, when the track was a little bit more wet up, more damp. But I did do that, so that is another thinking brain that I need to do better next time. But of course, I've learned a lesson by joining out for a long time. If you look back to Singapore long plan from last season, that was the pivotal moment why that race didn't go well for me, because I came in basically too early. I should have stayed out, so that's why I kind of thought, let's do a late start and see how it pays off right now. I mean, P3, but I'm at risk of losing that, dropping down to P5 behind Lando Norris, as Russell has begun his final lap at the Champions League, and he might get the chance to make it back-to-back victory, which will be a fantastic performance from George Russell. I don't know him play. He's clearly looking much better rather than me right now, and I'm very, very gutted about it. And I know I've got a lot to improve on, so that's something I need to figure out when we get to the next round with, of course, Monaco, which of course it was a hard track for me to rather well, as I've been making a lot of mistakes there. So I'm going to try to take some ways of salt, of positivity from this round plan. It is right starting to just a little bit later than earlier. That's what I should have done. But we got Charles Leclerc, it rapidly catching up to me with Lando Norris. It also will be in the fight this month, that P3, but they don't need the fight too much, as they will finish ahead of me anyway, because I'm doing to lose basically 2 plays due to my 3-second penalty. There ain't no chance I can make a big push, but we can see Matt Verstappen is in P10. I never thought I'd be saying it so exciting, but Matt, that's not Matt Verstappen, it's not the one you know and love. It's the unfortunate day for Matt Verstappen wasn't at the motorsport. But we turn our attention to the British man himself, George Russell, is going to cross the line and win the Champions League. Fantastic performance from him as Otto Piastri, who captured on the mistake I've made. He don't do for that P2. I will be coming through for P3, drop down to P5, unfortunately, and that is end of the Champions League with a very positive race from P9 up to P5, well P3 down to P5. But this starting team was a little bit early, and the penalty with a bit of problem, unfortunately.
Seen a brilliant display of the Russell hustle. It's George Russell who wins.
And it's always good, Crofty, to get that momentum on your side, and it's really good for your confidence as well. The more confident you are, the further that can take you.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
Round of applause for George Russell for fantastic return for himself with Pierre Verstappen Leclerc in third place, alive dropped out to P5. Unfortunately, as Hamilton is now 3 points ahead of Lando, I am now 11 points behind. Russell is 13 points behind. The championship should be really down to top 5. Who knows? McLaren is now 17 points behind on Mercedes, and for George Russell, finishing in the win. But that obviously helped out a little bit in the Construction Championship. But yeah, it's been unfortunate. This strategy, this setup, was not correct. And it did pay off, and sometimes you've got to learn how to adapt early. And I was expecting for the rain right in the lap one, but that didn't happen. But I'm doing the end here, and I'm now prepping myself to travel over to Molotov in the episode. So don't forget watching, please like and subscribe my video to you, I appreciate it, and peace out.